For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 8 of the second season at Everton Football Club here on FIFA 17. We have our second game of the Champions League season here to start us off at home this time against Porto. They were able to get a draw, a 1-1 draw against Paris Saint-Germain in the first game of the group stage. We, of course, were able to beat Feyenoord by 3-0 in yesterday's episode. We're going to play Feyenoord and then Norwich, and I think we're going to have the first squad report of the season after that. So we'll play 2 games today with a squad report, and then tomorrow we will take on Crystal Palace, Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City. So 2 games today and a squad report, just so we can kind of see how everybody's getting on in these first few weeks of the season, see if people are starting to grow a little bit, see how our new signings are getting on growth-wise. But the squad is a little bit tired from the game at the weekend against Arsenal, so there will be a couple of rotations into the starting lineup, but I'm still going to try and start the majority of my my best, strongest first team if I can. So let's jump into the game against Porto and see if we can get a win again in the Champions League, and then obviously it would be nice to get something that isn't a draw in the Premier League, this time against Norwich. So drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. There'll be some streams coming up on YouTube as well in the not too distant future, Football Manager and Ultimate Team, FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, so keep your eyes peeled for that and make sure you're subbed so you don't miss those. But like I say, without any further ado, let's jump into this game against Porto. This is the starting lineup I'm going with. Only a couple of changes. Funes Mori starts at centre-back. I'm putting my faith back in him after he made a couple of mistakes the last time he played. Kwadwo Asamoah and James Ward-Prowse are into the midfield, and Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco comes in on the left, with Iñaki Williams switching to the right and Deulofeu dropping to the bench. So they are the changes that I've made. Hopefully the team is still good enough to get a win from this game against Porto. It should be, but I've been in different form recently, haven't I? Some games I play really well and end up... Oh God, that's not a good start. Sometimes I play really well and end up battering the goal but only get a draw. Sometimes I play poorly but still manage to come away with a draw. Sometimes I play poorly and win, and sometimes I play Arsenal. So that means it's the defeat before we've even started. 5 times we've played Arsenal, 5 times we've lost. But can we play Porto for the first time and beat them? It's a great run here from Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco, running out of space. Ruben Neves gets in a good tackle, and Iñaki Williams try and work something back into the box maybe. That's a beautiful scoop turn. Cross comes in, but it's just too far for Romelu Lukaku. Who's going to get to that first? It is Romelu. Right, I'm going to see James Ward-Prowse there. And I need to try and find a gap to play this through. There is that gap. James McCarthy can't sort his feet out. Bruno Martins Indy gets in a good tackle. Well, a positive start, an offensive start. Ryan Bertrand gets stuck on Jesus Corona there, though. So hopefully that can continue. Bertrand squeezes that down the line to Carrasco. It's a wonderful ball, perfectly weighted. A dart inside the defender there, and Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco could give us a 1-0 lead, and he has done. That's an exquisite goal. Lovely run. Just the ability to dribble like that and keep the pace going when turning is absolutely vital. Iñaki Williams is very good at it, as is Gerard Deulofeu. Kevin Morales wasn't so much, and Balassi is okay at it, but Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco is just the best at doing that. I use him on Ultimate Team as well, and I absolutely adore him. And that is exactly why. 1-0 Everton. Sukyun into Diego Reyes. Oh, jeeps, that could have found anybody in the box there. And that pass was terrible. Miguel Layún with a strike, it's gone wide. Porto's first effort in the game. Layún's actually right-footed, even though he's a left-back. And he did actually score an absolute banger for Porto in the Champions League midweek in real life. Thankfully, though, this time he fired wide. Big ping from Marcano. Bertrand tries to knock that down, but Jesus Corona fires that back to Diego Reyes into Ruben Neves. They've got some really good players, Porto, but they never really seem to do that well in Europe. Brahimi, though, is in a decent position here. Thankfully, that cross isn't the best. Bertrand got caught there with the overhead clearance. Not really too sure why he cleared it like that, but, I mean, it was away and out of danger, so I guess that's all that matters. That's another good delivery in, and thankfully Seamus Coleman wins that header, not Brahimi. Otherwise, we could have been in trouble again. And that is what I mean by the quick change of direction there. Iñaki Williams does it there, just as Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco did for the goal a moment ago. But they're on the attack again here. Jesus Corona. That's a very good ball in. Everybody's stretching. Seamus Coleman just gets it clear. Porto causing me some problems here. They are playing very well. We're just Very lucky that we were able to get that 1-0 lead. That's a strange way to loft that. That was a mixture of loft and hoof. Mixture. One way to loft the ball into the box, but it didn't quite work. Get the tackle there with Socrates, and maybe, no, I was going to say maybe we can catch him on the counter. We can't, because I've lost the ball again. Diego Reyes, all through to Sukhyun Jun, and good tackle in there by the defender, Funes Mori. Carrasco to James Ward-Prowse. I see the run being made. Oh, it's a lovely ball as well. Bring that down. Oh, Danilo's just been able to get back there. This has been an end-to-end game, very entertaining to play so far. I hope that comes across in the edit, because this has been a really competitive game. Free kick in a decent position. I'm actually going to look for Romelu Lukaku here. Put a little bit of power on it. Whip it in. It's actually going to be Danilo that I find there. Who's going to win that header? Jesus Corona. Right, Socrates can go back here to Ryan Bertrand though. Quickly help it on before we get closed down by the defenders. And Iñaki Williams. Oh, that's a foul, but it's just outside the box. So it's a free kick in a similar position to where the last one just came in from. Hopefully I can have a better delivery this time. Layun picking up a yellow card rather unsurprisingly. Let's put it towards the back post and again put a little bit more power on it. That's a good delivery. Who's up? I don't know who won that header, but it's straight at Iker Casillas. That's a very good ball over the top. Layun brings that down beautifully into the path of Brahimi as well. Yacine Brahimi caused me some problems here with his change of direction. Funes Mori with a crunching tackle. He finds Diego Reyes. Here's Danilo Pereira. Too sure which way he's going to go. Back out wide to Layun again. Now, like I say, he is right-footed, but he's used his left there and... well, he's done well there, Reyes, but I'm a bit disappointed in my goalkeeper. I want to see a replay. That was whipped in near post. A very good ball in. What was Sergio Rico doing there? I want to have a look at a replay and see exactly how he attempted to save that at the near post, because I'm not entirely too sure that was the best way to go about that. Let's have a look. As it comes in, he's... I don't even know... like, would you try and catch that maybe? He's blocked it. I mean, maybe he's just unlucky that he's blocked it and then it's just kind of bounced off Reyes again and then into his path and he's just headed it into the back of an empty net. Never mind. However the goal came about, it's 1-1 now in the game and we have to go and get ourselves the lead back again. That's good football. Good hold-up play from Carrasco too. Asamoah will just poke it there looking for Lukaku. Not got much space here. They're really closing me down with quite... a high-pressure game here at the minute, Porto, but Bertrand will get that through there to James McCarthy. I'll go back to Ryan Bertrand if I can just get rid of the ball out of my feet. James McCarthy finds him. Here is the left-back. I'm actually in the process of taking him off, but Iñaki Williams has a very good effort that is extremely well blocked by a defender. Making a couple of changes. Funes Mori is actually going to go off because you can see on the mini-map he's down there in the bottom of the pitch. Or down there at the bottom of the screen, in the middle of the pitch, off the pitch because he's injured. So I'm taking him off, and Ryan Bertrand is absolutely knackered, so I'm in the process of taking him off for Luke Garbutt as well. But oh, Socrates gets knocked over by that. We're going to have a corner to come in. Those changes have now been made. Alfie Hill is on, as is Luke Garbutt. And it's actually towards the... oh, it's James Ward-Prowse that does well there. Can Lukaku spin the man? He can't. Oliver Torres picks up on it on the edge of the box. Where's he going? Uses the other Porto man there as a decoy. But Sergio Rico holds on to that well. They've made a change as well. Andre is on now for Ruben Neves. I might make a change, a third and final change in my attacking play by bringing on one more substitution, but I'm not sure which player to take off and which player to bring on at this particular moment in time because everybody's been playing really well. Actually going to look again for Lukaku here. Oh, but I've just overhit that pass. That would have been a brilliant way to get myself back in front. 18 minutes to go. Asamoah out to Yannick. Inside there. Idrissa. Turn. I'd say I'll try and use the pace of his fresh legs, but he's got Andre with him, who's also a substitute that's come on for Porto. I'm just going to play this short to Idrissa and spin the defender and play that in there to Quadro. Give it to Lukaku, who has his shot very well blocked. He's not scored for me since he's been back from injury yet, Romelu, but he may... oh, that pass was meant for him again. I was going to say he may get an opportunity here, but Quadro's pass was misplaced, unfortunately, and Oliver Torres will look to come away for Porto, but Alfie Hill will do well to win that header, and Idrissa will get this quickly out wide. No, he won't, because Danilo Pereira's cut it out. Here's Abubakar. Back to Danilo, back to Abubakar again. Great ball. Porto in here with a chance to win it in the last few moments. Crawls the back post to Jesus Corona. Sergio Rico saves with his feet. Vital interception. Right, corner to come in from the Mexican again, Jesus Corona. Floated in towards the back post. Up we go. Carrasco's got it. I'm just going to get rid. Thank you. Same as Coleman. I'm going to play the long ball and hope that Lukaku can get on the end of it. And the answer is maybe if I can just pressure the defender into a mistake. I'm trying. Shows great strength there, Pereira. And unfortunately, I can't get it off him. We're in stoppage time now, though. And it looks like we're going to be headed to a draw here, which should keep us top of the group still, depending on what the scoreline is for PSG against Feyenoord. Obviously, we got a 3-0 win against Feyenoord, so our goal difference is already pretty decent. And we're looking like we're going to replicate the scoreline from Porto's first game against the French champions in this one. Actually, no, they're not the French champions, are they? Not in this save, because Lyon won the league in France last year. But we do get a 1-1 draw. We'll see how Paris Saint-Germain got on against Feyenoord, but I would have liked to win, but you can see Porto had more chances. My only shot on target was my goal. I felt quite comfortable in that game, though. Feyenoord lose 2-1 to Paris Saint-Germain, so we will still be top of the group. We're on 4. PSG are on 4. Porto are on 1 and Feyenoord are on 0. And we face PSG in the next Champions League game in tomorrow's episode. Let's jump now, though, into the game against Norwich. Funes Mori's out for 4 weeks, which is a shame. We do now have the squad depth to be able to deal with injuries like that, which is great. So we'll use some of that squad depth in this next game against Norwich. After getting that great goal against Porto, Yannick Carrasco starts for me this time around on the wing. Deulofeu's back into the starting lineup too, and it's a full-strength midfield with Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Axel Witsel back in the middle too. So hopefully, with that just extra tiny little bit of strength in the midfield, we might be able to get ourselves a victory here rather than having to settle for another draw. Bring it on, Norwich. Nice ball over the top. Norwich going a little bit direct to start things off. Didn't work though. James McCarthy into Axel Witsel to Bertrand. Carrasco will be down the line. Here he is. Hello. I don't know why I said hello to him. But here's Axel Witsel into Çalhanoğlu, who's got the turn here on Mulumbu, but I need to get it through that gap there to Lukaku, to Witsel, and the shot, was actually headed towards the top corner. Good save by Declan Rudd. Win that header. I didn't quite. Nelson Oliveira is good in the air. Stephen A. Smith, obviously a former Everton player here playing for Norwich, and Nelson Oliveira is tearing me apart by twisting and turning like that. Mulumbu and James McCarthy having a good old battle there in the middle, and McCarthy comes out on top not once but twice. And Carrasco can be in behind here as they push forward the Norwich defence. Knocked it on in front of him well there. Got Russell Martin chasing him down, giving him a tug of the shirt, but he can't get it off me. And that was a really poor attempted pass as Arsenal go 1-0 up against Liverpool. Clearly, both teams in Merseyside or on Merseyside struggle against Arsenal. I always lose, and now Liverpool are losing against them as well. Brady over the top. They keep trying to play those balls like lofted through balls, and they're just not working for Norwich so far. They're going to have to change their game plan. I'll try one of my own though, and Lukaku could bring that down, and he has done. And he squeezes the shot off, but it's well saved and or blocked. I'm not too sure who got the interception on it, but Martin Olsen is panicked into a clearance, and Deulofeu hasn't got anyone to throw to at the minute. Seamus, come and actually give me someone to throw to. Thank you, Seamus. That's a nice turn too. Get it here to James McCarthy. Try and drop the shoulder, burst through that gap. Keep going. No, Yannick Carrasco picks up on it. Lukaku, roll the defender. Shot off on the left foot. Over the top of the bar. Like I say, still yet to score with Lukaku since he's come back from injury, but hopefully it won't be long before he's banging the ball into the back of the net time and time again. It's a lovely ball into Robbie Brady, and he's trying to do what Carrasco did. No, ref, don't give a pen for that. I've just stuck my leg in with Lemos and run off with the ball, and the referee's given a foul. Was there like a little stab at the legs? Yeah, I've kind of trodden on his feet to get the ball away. And it's poorly timed from me, and Lemos takes him out. Penalty to Norwich. Chance for them to take the lead. Right, let's try a little bit of... it's Stephen Naismith to take it as well. He has a started run up, and Sergio Rico saves. Fantastic penalty save. The started run-up doesn't work this time around for Stephen Naismith. He doesn't score against his former team. I don't know why I'm trying to take on Olsen with Coleman there for pace. That's not a race I'm going to win. Deulofeu, on the other hand, could win almost any race for pace. And I'll look to play through Lukaku. His touch isn't the best. Gets bullied off the ball there. You'd have thought he'd have been a lot stronger than that, Romelu Lukaku. Never mind. They missed the penalty at one end, and that hopefully will give us the little boost in confidence we need to go and get ourselves a goal to go in front ourselves. Canos. Lemos, for some reason, stumbled there, and that's a dangerous ball in. Socrates can only head as far as Ryan Bertrand, but he's done well to win that header. Right, let's get this out wide here to Deulofeu. Great first touch into Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who can just turn and keep possession. I've got Lukaku set to get in behind, but he keeps coming short for the ball, which is really frustrating. Give it to him here. We'll just turn on it and keep... Oh, it's great footwork. That was the slowest fall to the floor you've seen for a very long time. Could have kept going there, Lukaku. So an okay position for a free kick, though. We've got Çalhanoğlu on it. And we will aim for that top right-hand corner, just that right-hand side of the goal. Put about 1.5 bar power on it. Oh, I put far too much curve on that. That was mad. That was aiming initially at the right-hand side of the goal and curved so much that it went to the goalkeeper on the left-hand side of the goal. That was incredible. I don't think I've ever had a free kick curve that much on FIFA 17. Here's Carrasco looking for Lukaku again. Try and go down the outside here. Ivo Pinto in a battle for strength with Lukaku, who just can't seem to win any physical battles right now. I don't know, like his strength stat hasn't dropped. That was meant for Carrasco. Come on, game. Actually listen to what I'm doing with the left stick, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Into Canos. Oh, that's a good ball in. We'll get this away though. Lukaku will knock that down there to De La Feu. Can we get... No, why have you just ran at me there, Lukaku? Like I say, I've got him on get in behind, and he just ran straight at the halfway line there when there was a clear opportunity to get in behind the defence. Get this... Oh, that's a lovely ball. Carrasco! Can't get enough power on the shot. It was a decent attempt, good run, but Lukaku just isn't pulling his weight right now in this first team. Really needs to up his game and just sort those runs out. Tactically, I'm telling him to do the right thing, but on the pitch, he just won't do it. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco was demonstrating his inner gymnast just here. He got tackled as I tried to turn inside and then just sits there. Then all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to do the splits, lads. He's actually turned into Lewis Smith from the Olympic team. Nice work, Ferreira Carrasco. Bertrand with the throw. Get it to Carrasco, who just did the splits. Axel Witsel. I see Lukaku there. Turn. Could shoot here. Oh, but swings and misses at the ball. Romelu, mate, please. I'm actually really struggling to adjust to playing with Romelu Lukaku again. I don't know why, because when we first were playing with him last season, I really got on with him. But at the minute, I'm strugs. I'm really strugs. I think I've just become so accustomed to Jovicic's good feet that having to completely change the way that I play with my main striker is actually becoming a bit of an issue. They're offside there. We've got half an hour left to try and get ourselves in front here. I may end up bringing on Jovicic in a moment and actually giving Lukaku a bit of a rest. Oh, look out. How's that for a lofted ball? Decent through all over the top. Malumbo brings that down. Here's Alex Pritchard racing away. Oliveira Pritchard hits the post. Closest either side to come to a goal after 66 minutes. Alex Pritchard hits the post for Norwich City. That was a very well-worked move. Lukaku here into Axel Witsel. Oh, the first touch is not very good, but he has been able to get it out here to Carrasco. Will look to turn inside Tim closer and get the shot off. Oh, now I've hit the bar at the other end as they hit the woodwork at one end. Carrasco goes up the other and hits it down here as well. Right, De La Feu, just get round the outside. Whip the ball in. It's a great delivery. Declan runs up. Witsel brings that down, shoots, and over the top of the bar. 20 minutes to go now, and both teams have hit the post/bar. Into Olsen. He's got Cameron Jerome in the middle to look for, but Lemos does well. This time getting the tackle in and not fouling the man and giving away a penalty. And Axel Witsel's gone on a great run here, and Carrasco plays that onto Jovicic, who's just come on for Romelu Lukaku. Can he have an instant impact? I'm actually going to have to go back here to Bertrand, pull that back again. McCarthy to Yannick Ferreira. Oh, his shot's blocked there, Carrasco, but it's dropped free and Tim Closer just smacks it away. Win this header. He didn't, but Cameron Jerome has chested it straight to Alex McCarthy. Through there to Carrasco. Carrasco could be the man of the moment in today's episode, but no, the shot is straight at the keeper. I tried to put that in the corner, he's kicked it straight at the keeper. Oh, we're getting some good opportunities here. I just can't seem to get the ball in the back of the net. It's one thing I've really struggled with in this second season so far, is goal scoring. The first year, it wasn't a problem. This second time around, this second season, in fact, since the first big patch, I've actually struggled to score goals on career mode. On Ultimate Team, it's not a problem, but on career mode, I'm actually really struggling to score goals. I don't know whether I need to actually adjust the sliders back to default, because obviously we had previously adjusted them because of the way the game was on release, but they have patched the difficulty, and maybe I need to just adjust the sliders back to default and see if if default legendary now is good enough. So maybe I'll do that for the next episode, but we're sticking with the sliders that we used from Channy. At this particular moment in time, we've got 6.5 minutes to try and, or 5.5 minutes even, to try and get ourselves this goal to go in front to the near post. Jovicic is up, as is Declan Rudd. Get that, keep that in. Well done. De La Feu does well. James Ward-Prowse is there. Kicked it straight at Pritchard. Axel Witsel can't win the ball back, and now we're in trouble on the counter-attack. Here's Kanyos into Pritchard to Bukalakis. I don't even know how to pronounce that. A mixture of Lemos and Axel Witsel get that off him. And Carrasco playing Axel Witsel here. We've really not got long left. Try the step over and the turn inside. That works. Now just drive. Give it to Jovetic. Turn. Oh, I just can't turn quick enough. I just cannot turn quick enough. Get there, you, Stefan. He's done well. Right. Give this to James Ward-Prowse. Give it to De La Feu. Give it back to James Ward-Prowse. Put it in the top corner. Oh, he did put it in the top corner. The goalkeeper took so long to react. I was like, oh, it's clearly going wide. And then it just flew into the top bins. James Ward-Prowse with an absolute peach. Nice little 1-2 with De La Feu. It was on his left foot, and it just bent away from him. I don't know what the keeper's doing. That is a big mistake from him. But I am more than pleased that he's made that mistake. That's an awful attempted save. Everton 1, Norwich 0 in stoppage time. We are going to get the victory here. There goes the final whistle. We do get the 1-0 win thanks to that last gasp. James Ward-Prowse belter with his left foot. Really well placed into the top left corner. Not entirely too sure, as we say, what the goalkeeper was doing, but I will take the win. I deserved it for the amount of chances I had. I just need to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. But the chances are happening. Oh, and Arsenal lost. I don't know why I was so excited about that. Maybe it's just because Arsenal keep beating me. For some reason, I was thinking of last year's league table, and Arsenal were top and we were second. We're nowhere near second right now. Heading into that game, we were sat 13th. Let's have a quick look at the league table to see what it looks like right now. We are up to 8th. We are up to 8th. Stoke are still top of the table, although after winning 5 from 5, they've now lost their last 2. But everybody but Bournemouth and Hull City have played 7 games now, and Bournemouth could catch us and overtake us on goal difference if they win that game in hand against Hull. But there are a number of teams on 10 there. We're only 3 points away from second, so after an indifferent start to the season, we're still within touch. So I'm quite pleased. I'm going to fiddle with the slider settings and set it back to default for the next episode and see if that makes a difference. Lafont wants to play some more football, and you will do, my man. I was hoping to get that little bit further in the Football League Cup and give him more first-team football, but unfortunately we got knocked out early on. Let's jump now and have a look at a squad report to end the episode. Right then, how is everybody getting on? Sergio Rico's kept 9 clean sheets in 14 games. We have the best defensive record in the Premier League, despite being mid-table. So it is genuinely just my goal scoring right now that is causing us so many issues. Seamus Coleman is still one of the best right-backs in the league, and still, he's got, for a minute though, there, I thought it said 5 assists. It's 5 clean sheets. I was like, wow. Still, a 7.7 rating though, overall. He's still rock solid. Lemos is up 1 to 82 now. He's still very, very good for me. Socrates is incredible. Absolutely adore playing with Socrates. I mean, Ashley Williams was good enough, but Socrates has definitely been an improvement. Ryan Bertrand's still only 80 rated, but he is improving slightly. As you can see, crossing and stand tackle going up, so that's a good sign. James McCarthy's up 1 to 83 now. His short passing's up 2. He's got 1 assist so far this season. Everybody, see, performance-wise, we're doing really well. Like, everybody's on like mid to high 7s with their average rating. Chalanolu's up 1 to 83. His technicals look fantastic, and I'm pleased to see his physicals growing as well, especially sprint speed. So that could be handy with if he continues to grow like that. And of course, he's only 23 years of age still. Axel Witsel at 28 is 82. 1 assist for him so far, but again, solid performance levels. De La Feu's up 1 to 84 now, improving technically, which is brilliant. He's got 2 goals, 3 assists in 12 games and an average rating of 7.9. Although all of his goals and 1 of his assists did come in pre-season. So maybe we should try and score a few more goals with De La Feu. Lukaku spent a lot of the time out injured. He's valued at £44.5 million right now. Obviously, I'm not going to sell him, but I would like him to start scoring goals for me, if that's not too much of a problem for you, Romelu. Iñaki Williams is up 1 to 84 now as well. He's valued at £32.5 million. Those physicals, by the way, if his balance was like green as well, then he'd be just even better, but the physicals are good enough as they are right now. Technically, he's improving slightly as well, which is good. Carrasco is also improving. He's got 2 goals in 7 games so far this season, obviously one of them coming in the Champions League today against Porto. James Ward-Prowse is up 1 to 81. His technicals are starting to grow quite nicely too. Idrissa is up 1 to 78. He's just a great impact all-round midfielder from the bench. Luke Garbut's up 1 to 73. Kwato Asamoah isn't growing, but he's already good enough. I mean, could you get any better for an all-round player? That's incredible for a midfielder. Stefan Jovetic is 81 rated still. 2 goals in 8 games, 1 assist. I'd contemplate selling him because he hasn't had the impact that I was hoping, but we'll have to wait and see. Alfie Hill's up 3. Obviously, I'm continuing to train him, and he's now 74 rated. So he's doing very well. Ollie Cook, a number of these youngsters are just growing off their own backs. Aiden Mitchell, I'm actually training, and he's still growing rather nicely. 71 rated at 18 years of age. Lafont is growing well, although he's unhappy at his lack of first-team football, as we saw. Mason Holgate also unhappy at his lack of first-team football, or is it wages? Yeah, he feels he's underpaid. All right, well, I will offer you a new contract then, Mason, and we'll see if we can make him a little bit happier. But stat-wise, he's okay. Hasn't really featured that much for me, but obviously, if I need a rotating right back, he's my go-to. Jojo Kenny and Russell Griffiths and Matthew Pennington not really growing. Shani Tarashai, Brendan Galloway's growing a little bit, but not really too much. Soda Berahino's currently out injured still with that dislocated shoulder. He's yet to score for me as well in 7 games, so I'd like to see him find the back of the net a little bit more frequently. Well, just at all would be nice. Saponara hasn't actually played that much for me. A lot of those appearances have been off the bench, but he's decent whenever he's come on. He's just waiting his first goal as well. Bezic is probably unhappy at the amount of matches he's playing. Yes, I can appreciate that. I'll probably sell him on in the transfer window in January, and we'll try to continue to try and sell on Kevin Morales as well. Tice Browning's growing up 1. Funes Mori is out for 3 weeks, but he's still just as good as he ever was. Conor McElhaney's up 1. Yannick Bolasie will be back from injury in 4 days. So that's good. Be nice to have him back in the rotation fold, and hopefully he can help me be a little bit more creative, although to be fair, Carrasco's been superb. Morales' stats are starting to drop. He is transfer listed, but nobody wants to buy him, which sucks. And then we've got some youngsters out on loan. Bradley Robinson, he's the 5-star guy. And he's not growing that well, actually, out on loan at Birmingham, which is a shame. A couple of in-real-life youngsters as well that aren't really growing much either. And that is what the squad looks like right now. I've still got 1 guy in my youth setup, which I can show you here, is Isaac Morgan. His potential is 85 to 91. His physicals are decent already, but his technicals really could start to grow, and I'd very much like them to start to grow. He's only 16, though, so if I call him up when he's 18... he should grow as best he can in the youth setup, and then we'll be able to move him on into the first team from there. So these are our. This is the financial overview right now. You can see the projection for the club is actually to go from 897 to 963 million, which would actually, because we don't actually have that much money left, that would actually help us meet the board expectation for the financial tab. We're already 80% done of the 20% we need with regards to the club's worth. So that is definitely going to get done. Domestic success, we're currently 8th, and they want us to win the title. They want me to reach the final of the FA Cup as well. They want me to reach the final of the Champions League. I don't know why, considering it's our first time in the Champions League, but never mind. We're already 83% of the way through those shirt sales as well, which is fantastic, and we could quite clearly sell a couple of the youth players that I have right now for profit over the next couple of seasons. So that will probably get done sooner rather than later as well. So things are going okay for us, providing I can improve my goal scoring. See, I've scored 4 goals in 7 games. I mean, what even is that? Although, to be fair, Swansea have only scored 3 in 7, so I'm not actually the worst in the league. And Aston Villa have only scored 2 in 7, but we've only conceded 2 as well. So we have the best defensive record in the league, but one of the worst goal scoring records. So we'll have to improve on our goal scoring, and that hopefully will see us shoot up the league table. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos, and I'll see you next time.